everyone. Welcome to Office at 24/7. First of all, why we are here today in this particular session, why JIB English Medium team is together here. We are here to share a very important thing with all of you, as you can see. And the thumbnail also, as you can see, the front page of the slide, it is saying 8 weeks strategy to clear the JIB exam. So it's not like something very different we are going to tell you here, but yes, it's very important to point out the certain important steps that you have to follow to clear this particular exam. So we are going to talk in this particular session totally about how to start your preparation and how it is possible to clear the JIB October 2023 paper in 8 weeks only. So let's start the session. But before starting the session, I request to all of you first share the session on Telegram channel, WhatsApp group, Facebook channels, wherever you know there are bankers who are who are preparing for the JIB October 2023 paper, so that maximum people will get benefit of this particular session. So let's start the session. With me, I have Niharika ma'am and Rishal sir also. All the three mentors for JIB English Medium batch is available with all of you. If you have any query right now in this particular session, you can ask live the query here, or if you are watching the session recording, you can ask your query in the comment section also. Any one of us will definitely going to check your query and answer what you should do in respect to that. So let's first have a particular word with all the mentors here, and then we will start with the strategy. So Niharika ma'am, what you want to add?
Hello, everyone. Okay, when we talk about the JIB now, in terms of JIB, I can say counted number of weeks are left. That means it is now in single digit. At this point of time, if you haven't started your studies yet, then it is a trouble. To be very blunt about it, at this point of time, if you haven't started, you are making things way too dicey for you to clear the examination, because this examination is no more that kind of exam where you can just prepare one day before the exam and then you will be excelling, right? Even if you belong to the commerce background, for those people, even it is going to be, there are things where you actually have to sit down and prepare properly for this exam. So first thing is, start focusing on your examination totally. Full time should be given to your job plus the family, as well as give an equal priority to your studies right now. Otherwise, you will have to wait for another 6 months to clear the JIB. Right? So that's the first thing that I can say. In terms of the JIB, we are coming up with the 8 week strategy. We're going to give you strategies where you can actually divide the entire 8 weeks into different slots, and you can work upon that. We are not including the timing from where the examination is starting, right? So in this case, the time period from where the examination will start is excluded. And at the same time, as you know, PPB and AFB is going to be like back to back examination. So we are considering that part, even that in one particular week, how much of PPB and AFB can be covered. To be very practical, PPB is a very exclusive, has a very extensive syllabus. Along with that, AFB has numerical area, case studies, and again, a good number of units are also there in it. That means in that last week, you will be in a bigger dilemma which particular subject to take and which to just revise a little lesser, right? So, and at the same time, you might be going to office at that time as well. So technically, we would be giving you the guidance regarding what to do. Sir would be telling you about RBWM as well. So now I would like to request sir to give you particular tips, and let's begin with this session there. Sir.
Yeah, just to begin, here I'll be talking right now about total JIB. Later, I'll be talking about RBWM specifically. So, specifically, if I talk about JIB, important part remember, now it's a festive season. Now all the festivals will start, your holidays will start, so you'll get some more time to study, number one. But along with that, you'll also have the family pressures because festivals are there. We all are family persons now. Nobody is a student over here now. We have to work in the bank and then study. So if you haven't started the studies, I would always suggest you to start the studies first, very important, and focus on the prime topics. And for that, we have come up with the batches also. We'll discuss that later, but you can definitely, because if you haven't started the studies, you'll need someone to guide you now. Okay? So let's continue with the session. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So as sir said that this is the season of festival, so I think bankers face the issue in at the board time of their JIB paper. In May, they have to face the closing time. And right now, if you are going for October JIB, you have to face festival Raksha Bandhan and Diwali. All this will be there. So how to prepare, what should be done, what should be the first step to do, that we are going to discuss today. So let's start. I will be your mentor for Indian economy, Indian financial system, and the PPB, principles and practices of banking. So I will start. As you can see, we have a very less day. Today is the date, that is 11th of August. So we are going to start preparing from today onwards. So what we are going to do here, first of all, these are the days that you have, and when you have your exam, you have your exam in October 2023. And if I talk about the dates which we have here, first of all, your paper is starting from the first week, that is 8th of October. On 8th of October, you will have your paper, that is Indian economy and Indian financial system. That's your first paper. The second paper will be on 14th, that will be PPB, principles and practices of banking. The third paper will be on 15th, that will be AFM. And the last one, fourth paper, will be on 29, that will be retail
9.
banking.
Yeah.
Also?
Yeah,
Okay.
29.
Yeah, so retail banking, wealth management will be on 29. So these are the 4 dates. Now you can see in the retail banking, you have a little bit time to revise your paper. I think you have
Yeah.
sufficient time to revise and practice the questions. But when it comes to the PPB and AFM, you do not have time. On 14th, you have PPB. On 15th, you have AFM. It means you have to prepare, you have to be prepared before 8th of October for all the three paper, that is paper 1, Indian economy, Indian financial system, paper 2, PPB, and paper 3, AFM. All the three subjects you have to complete before 8th of October. And I will suggest that do make sure you complete these subjects before or up to 30th of September, so that you will get sufficient time to prepare for all the subjects, to revise the content and to give the full length mock test. So let's start now. This is your dates. Do make sure you remember the dates. Now, how to start, what should be done? So if I'm talking about, first of all, very basic things we have to do, we have to start from the weeks. We are going to take you for the week-wise study from first week to 8th week. What topic, what module you have to cover, we are going to discuss that. So the week 1 and 2 will be there for all of you, in which you have to understand syllabus and gather materials. Maybe there are certain bankers who are waiting for the registration date and they were thinking about it. First, the registration will start, we will start preparing. Or maybe you got to know about this paper a little late when the registration started. So what you have to do, first, know your syllabus, know your paper. That is very important. So as you know, KYC is very important in your bank. Similarly, the syllabus is exam is very important to know. So this is what you have to do. First, know your exam and then know your syllabus. This is very important. Try to understand. Now, why gather material? Because the paper pattern has been changed and the syllabus is also changed now from the May 2023 paper. So that's why you have to make sure whatever material you are taking from wherever you are material taking, that material should be relevant according to the new syllabus given by the IABF. Now, next, first of all, evaluate the syllabus and paper pattern. That is very important. So syllabus is very vast. If I talk about Indian economy, it has 45 units. If I talk about PPB, it has 55 units. If I talk about AFM, that has 35 units, and retail banking have 30 units. So you can see a syllabus is very vast, and these number can look small, but the content which are there in the particular units, that is very big. So that's why it is important to first evaluate your syllabus. What is more important? So you have to do the comparative study when you are evaluating your syllabus. Which modules are more which modules have more coverage in your paper, that you have to evaluate. Now the paper pattern, what type of questions can be asked? One-liner questions can be seen. Then statement-based questions can be there. Match the following questions can be there, and case study questions can be there. These 4 pattern of questions will be there, and each and every question required a detailed study of the concept plus the practice. So that's why you have to evaluate the syllabus. And one thing I want to mention here, do not focus on the thing that we will cover only 2 or 3 modules, that will be sufficient. Each and every module, each and every topic is very important. You can't ignore a single unit. You have to cover everything. Okay. Now, as you can see, JAIIB has 4 papers. We have discussed the name of the papers already. Now, when you have gathered the study material, the necessary resources you have to look into, like a kind of resource that gives you a conceptual understanding, that gives you a time to revise, that gives you a practice questions also, and that gives you a self-evaluation option also. Like it's very obvious that first you have to cover the concepts, you have to revise them regularly because a lot of theory part is there. Then you have to practice the questions topic wise also, as well as full length mock test you have to give. So such kind of resource you have to find out. Then study, revise, test, repeat. This is the strategy that you have to follow. Nothing is new there. First, learn what your subject is, then revise it, give the test, and self evaluation. This is what you have to do, and repeat these steps regularly because these are the these are the steps which helps you in each and every paper, whatever you are going to face in the future also. So here, JIB October 2023, as you can see, the first step here is we are saying that start pacing up your process of studying by focusing unit-wise in a sequence. But one more important thing I want to add in each and every paper, like if I talk about Indian economy, Indian financial system, there is a combination of modules. Like the A and B module will be together and C and D module will be together because AB talks about the Indian economy, C and D talks about the IFC. So you have to follow the sequence, but do remember those modules who have a relation with each other, you are combining those modules together for the preparation. And then make sure in a day you have to make a single, in a week, sorry, you have to make a particular day is your revision day. Like the Sunday I have written here, you can do one thing. Sunday you can make a revision day where you can revise everything whatever you have studied in a particular week. Because if you wait for the last time of your exam, like I will revise in the September last week or in the October first week, don't go with that. You do not know future, you cannot predict future. Maybe you are thinking about I will take a 15 days leave and then will start revising. Maybe you won't be able to get the leave. So do make sure, make a particular day your revision day, that will be Sunday, is much more beneficial for you. Do the SWOT analysis of your preparation. Like mock test is important to give, but doing the self evaluation is also important. Which subject is your strength, which subject is your weakness, which particular module you are good in, which particular module you are not good, that all you have to analyze by giving mock test and doing the self evaluation. Now, the third step, simply mock test, revise module wise. So, this is what you have to focus on: learn, revise, test, and repeat. Okay, so this is what you have to do in this particular JIB. These are the common 3 steps you can follow for each and every module of each and every subject of you. Now, I will start with particular subject of mine. The first subject I am going to take, that is IEIFS, and this is the paper 1 of you. This is paper 1 of JIB. And the paper of this particular subject will be on 8th of October. So this is your first paper. Now, if I talk about Indian economy, Indian financial system, this was the toughest paper in the last time also. What we have to do here, a lot of bankers have this mentality now in the bank, in their mind, that this is the toughest paper and this is very hard to clear. So a very simple step you have to follow. First, focus on the conceptual understanding. If you have covered concept, nothing is there you have to worry about. Second, first syllabus have to cover. Concept of first syllabus have to be covered. That is sufficient to do. You do not have to worry about it. Third, do make sure you are going for a topic-wise test that is available already on Adda 24/7 website also. You can check the prime test series. With that, you will have a topic-wise test for each and every unit of your subjects. And then you have to do what topic-wise text you have done. Do a proper revision. And in the last, do make sure you are giving the full-length test. Or I can say full-length mock test of the JIB, all the 4 subjects. So this is what you have to do. This is the sequence you have to follow. Now, if I talk about the key takeaways that we have seen from May 2023 paper, that the sequence of number of questions that has been asked was C, D, A, and B. Or I can say the C and D module covered your certain part, that is 60%. The C and D module covered the 60% weightage in your paper, and the module A and B covered 40% weightage in your paper. So do not make this mentality like I need only 50 marks to cover this particular subject, so I will go with the only C and D module and I will easily got the 50 marks in the subject. Don't do that, because you do not know IIBF can change this pattern in the October paper also. So this is the basic, like C and D is a part of your Indian financial system. It has 60% weightage. So that's why I have made a weekly plan here in which you have to start with the module C, then you have to go for the module D. The reason behind it, as you all are banker, the Indian financial system somehow directly related to your banking system. Like the types of markets here you have to study, financial products and services you have to study. That's a business that you are doing practically, or you are providing services practically to your customer. So that's why maximum part have been asked from here. Now, Indian economy not directly related to your business, not directly related to your performance or the banking business you are doing, but indirectly what you are doing in a bank somehow affecting the Indian economy. So you should know what steps which RBI is taking, or SEBI is taking, or other regulatory bodies taking, how they are going to impact the general public of the country. That's what the Indian economy part means. So that's why I'm saying that Indian financial system was asked more than the Indian economy part, and this is why the week 1 and 2 you have to dedicate to the module C, and it will cover 8 units. Unit 20 to unit 28, you have your module C. And as you complete single unit, like you have completed the module unit 20, you can go and give the unit 20 test. Similarly, for all the units, topic wise test will be available. First, cover the module C in 2 weeks and give the topic wise test. Then, week 3 to 5, you can see I have given 3 weeks to the module D because it have unit 29 to 45. And this is the biggest unit or biggest syllabus in your Indian economy, Indian financial system that you have to cover. And maximum number of questions were asked from the module D. So same after completing module C in 2 weeks, you have to give the 3 weeks to your module D preparation that cover the financial product and services of your banks. Clear? Now, after that, in the module 6 and 7, if I talk about your A and B module, that is very small. Only 19 units you can see is there totally in the module A and B. And that is very small unit. So you can easily cover in single 2 weeks time period for this particular module. So A and B easily will be covered within 2 weeks, plus easily revision can be done. So cover the A and B module after that and do the topic wise test. This is what you have to do in the Indian economy, Indian financial system. Now, the last week of your paper, before your paper, sorry, what you have to do, this is what you have to do: revise, test, repeat. Because you have learned everything till now, you have covered all the 4 modules. Then what you have to do: revise, test and repeat. And this should be your sequence while you are doing the revision and giving the test. So C module, D module, then A and B, this is how you have to go for your revision, as we have done for the conceptual understanding. Then in the last time, whatever topics you think is a difficult, here the self-evaluation will help. When you have done the self-evaluation of your particular subject or the mock test, I can say, so you know which particular topic you are facing problem in. So do make sure you revise that more. So that's what you can do. Make sure you mark the particular topics which are difficult you find in your, and you are not able to answer right the question. You can go for that. And the mock test, last revision through the quick notes you can do. This is for the IEIS, and this is how we have completed 8 weeks. Now, if I talk about the next subject that I am going to take, that will be a PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking. Now, Indian economy, you have seen 45 minutes are there, and somehow we think this is the toughest chapter subject. But if I talk about PPB, it covers total 55 units. The biggest syllabus is in Principles and Practices of Banking, but still bankers are afraid of Indian economy, Indian financial system. The reason? Because PPB is totally module A, B, and C is totally about what services you are providing. So when you study these topics, when you study these modules in the PPB, you will find that I know this. This is the term which I am already know about this, or I have already certain practice the certain practical banking in this topic. So that's why you think that this is a simple subject, and that's why you can easily score much in the PPB also. So the first, second, and third week you have to give to the module A. Why? Because you can see it covers 21 units. So you have 55 units in the PPB, and the module A, B together covers 41 units out of the 55 units. And the modules C and D will be have the rest units. If I talk about the weightage here, the module A, B covers your 60% weightage, and the C and D covers the 40% weightage. The same sequence I have taken here as per the preference given by the IIBF in the paper. So first module A for the 1, 2, and 3 week. Then 3 week you do not have to give whole time, like whole 8 days you do not have to allot for the module A, you can divide that into D module, sorry, B module. So what you can do, first to do 5 weeks. It means 5 weeks you have to give to your module A and B because it covers 45 units, you can see. Then simultaneously, you have to go with the topic wise test. As you cover the first topic, do make sure you are giving the topic test of that particular unit. Now, in the 6 and 7 unit, you can easily go with the module C and D that only have 42 to 55 units. So, this is having a very small syllabus, the module C and D of your in the PPB. The D is related to totally ethics, which have only 5 units, and the remaining will be module C, that is banking technology. So, might be you can face a little bit difficulty in this banking technology module C, but still, not everything you have to mug up. There are certain important concepts that you have to go for. Now, the last week of your PPB paper, what you have to do, same process you have to follow, revise, test, and repeat. And this should be sequence here. So you can see in the Indian economy, I have given you a different sequence. In the PPB, I am giving you a different sequence because reason you know, the weightage of the modules are different. Now, just because the weightage is different, you can't have this particular strategy that you are going to cover only those modules which have more weightage. Again, I am repeating, every module, every unit is important to clear. If you have covered the whole syllabus, definitely you will clear the paper. And then revise the most difficult chapters, give the mock test, do the self-evaluation, do the SWOT analysis, and in the end time, focus more and more only on revision and the test series. Do not try to learn new things, do not try to, or do not delay this conceptual classes for the last week of your paper because it's very obvious you won't be able to do that. And in the PPB, you do not have a gap after PPB and AFM. So these two subjects you have to prepare together. After you have completed with your PPB paper, you have to directly go for the AFM. You will only have time to watch the marathon, nothing else you will be doing between this period. So that's why I'm saying make sure before 30th of September you cover these three subjects, paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. And this is the strategy for Indian economy, Indian financial system. And now, next, we are going to move for the retail banking. But before that, I want to add a little bit more thing in which I will say focus on the conceptual understanding, whether you are reading Indian economy, Indian financial system, or the PPB. Both need conceptual understanding. And apart from that, the Indian economy part covers the theoretical part and the database question. So the database question you have to mug up. You do not have any option if that is asking what is the contribution of primary sector in the Indian economy. You have to mug up the contribution amount. So that's why A and B module of Indian economy will cover theory part plus database questions. Module C and D of Indian economy will cover concepts. In the PPB, everything is conceptual. So do make sure you are doing the in-depth study of your both the subjects. So now over to Vishal sir for the retail banking and wealth management.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Here, importantly, I would before starting the subject, I would suggest you all to share this with all your friends on all the social media platforms because this is helpful for those also who have not attended this session up till now. Okay, share it with your friends. Click the like button. Now I'll start the topic. See this. Basically, there are four modules in RBWM. Whenever you start, now the problem I'll tell you with you guys, what you will be facing is the problem you'll be facing is all the four subjects you have to cover in the same weeks. Now that is always important. I'll tell you, RBWM is a bit easier as compared to the other AFM and this IFS. It's a bit easier. Okay. So what happens? How can you use this subject? So you can use this subject to score maximum. You should score around 70 marks at least in RBWM. And you can score, definitely you can score. So how to do it? Because here, if you score 70 marks over here and if you get 46 marks in let's say AFM or this IFS, then you can definitely make the average, right? So 70 plus should be your target in RBWM. How to do it? Here. Start from week 1. From week 1, first focus on theory for module A. Module A is basically introduction. Introduction means everything. Retail banking introduction, then role, corporate versus retail, then branch profitability. Remember, in module A, branch profitability is the important part because there you have numericals also as well as theory also. So numericals are tougher for module A, branch profitability. That's why I've written it separately focus on branch profitability. This topic is very important. Okay, always. And whatever you study, immediately go for the tests. Always, because as ma'am told you earlier, learn, then test, and again repeat. That is the main part. This is the strategy to be followed. So first week you will have to focus on module A, and that also branch profitability. Now, what are the other subjects in module A then? See, a role within the banking operations. It means it will compare retail versus corporate banking. Then you'll have various subjects of introduction also. So that is all in week A, week one. Now next week 3 to 4, 1 to 2. Now we'll go for week 3 to 4. Now this you come to module B. Now what is module B? Module B is basically your core banking. See, here, some of the topics of this you might have already studied in PPB. Many of the topics you already might have studied in PPB. So that's why what did I say? 70 plus should be your target. 70 plus, because it's a repetition of many of the subjects, many of the topics. So in module B, if you look at it, it is like customer requirement, product development, credit scoring, then important asset liability. Asset liability you already covered in your PPB also. Credit card, debit card, that is also covered. Remittance product, digitization, means all the technology parts are there. Role of AI. So role of retail means recovery of retail loans. All MIS. Now these topics are added. MIS is an important part over here. See this: asset liability, technology, credit card, and MIS. So these four topics will be of great importance in this module B. Again, here you'll have all the theory focus only. The problems will be on credit cards. You'll get problems on credit cards. Numerical. They generally give one case study on credit cards. So that will be asked over here. Now, other case studies will be there, but those are theoretical. So, point over here to notice, you have to focus on the theory first. I'll come to the numericals later. Okay. Yeah. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah. Now, week 6 to 7, you focus on module C and D. Now, why have we given C and D only 6 and 7 week, and why a separate week has been given to module B earlier? Because module B, the number of topics in module B is huge. Okay, starting from fifth topic to 16th topic means 12 topics you have it in module B, whereas in module C and D the topics are lesser. Okay, they are quite less as compared to module B. That's why you can combine it. Okay, that's why module B is very tough and biggest one. Now module C and D. What is there in module C? Module C is basically related to marketing. So it will be all marketing, delivery channels, various delivery channels. Then what are the customer requirements? How to maintain the CRM, customer relationship management, service standards, all these topics. So that somebody who has done the MBA, that will be easy for that person. But then also don't take it lightly. Okay, delivery model. So service standards and marketing information system. You'll definitely get one case study on MKIS, marketing information, because this is an important topic in module C and D. Okay. Now, module D. Module D is basically wealth management. One of the toughest subjects, toughest topics on of RBWM. Here you'll have importance of wealth management, investment management, tax planning, and other financial. Remember, tax planning, you definitely get one or two numericals. Tax planning includes tax planning related to capital gains, tax planning related to other ATC, 115 BSC. All the latest updates from the budget are included over here. So that's why that is important. Now, third next part over here is just it is added in the same module D, and that is they have given additional reading on home loans. Now, home loans is given as a separate section, okay, in module D only. Now, why have they given the home loans part? Home loan is a major bread and butter earner of the banks now. More than 50% of the income comes from home loans. So that's why they have given an additional reading on home loans. There you will study complete lender's appraisal process, how to appraise that loan, housing finance, tax planning, mortgage advice, valuation of the real properties. So this complete CD and this home loan part, we have kept it in week number 6 and 7. This is quite easy, and many of us know this. Why? Because we are daily practicing some of the parts over here. Okay, so this is for module 6 and 7. Now, in next week, next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah. See this. In this, again, you have to focus on the modules. Now, here, what I would suggest is focus on the numericals. Last week, you always focus on the numericals. Why? Because if you focus on numericals are not that much. Numericals you can definitely cover in 1 week. If you know the theory well, numericals are easy. But why am I telling you to carry numericals on in week 8? Because that will be fresh at the time of your exam. So you get around 2 weeks for your RBWM later. So you can definitely revise the numericals later. Okay. So focus on numericals. Now, what all numericals can be there? There are lot number of numericals. I'll just give you some samples over here. That is capital gains. You have it on income tax. You have it on time value of money. You have it on depreciation, rent calculations, FSI, credit cards. These are all the numericals you will be having for samples. Okay. Yeah, time value, capital gains, depreciation, rent calculation, FSI calculation, and credit cards. Okay. Means these all numericals can come, and many of them are case studies for 5 marks. Many of them, because these are not smaller numericals, these are big ones. So that's why uh, refresh this, or you can study this in the last week, because that will be fresh in your mind when you go for your exam. Okay, so that is the focus, and that is the way you should move. You should do your studies. Now we have distributed it from week 1 to week 8. Now the problem with you guys and how you should study is, I'll tell you, all the subjects, all the four, you have to study it in week 1 also, 2 also, 3 also, means all of them. So that's why you have to do it in the disciplined manner. Follow the tests, whatever are given, and I would always suggest you to join the classes, because now the classes are, you can't study in 8 weeks, means 2 months roughly on yourself, all the four subjects. Okay, I will come to that later. But do join the classes, and importantly, mock tests. Follow the tests, because without that, you won't have the confidence of going to the exam. Very important one. Yeah, ma'am. Now, Niharika ma'am will continue for the next subject. Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so now we are done with IENFS, then we are done with PPB, and now we are also done with RBWM. What we are left with is the next examination, that is AFM. AFM examination is to be conducted on 15th. So that would be this Sunday, but there's only one problem. We are going to have a dilemma that when should we prepare for it? Because PPB, a very lengthy subject, and AFM is falling just a day after. So the gap is hardly of 24 hours. And if I talk about it, it's not even 24 hours, because the previous hours are going to be exhausted, or you can say they're totally consumed by the PPB paper. So what do we have in our syllabus? First of all, in your week 1 and week 2, you need to analyze the syllabus and the full area of the subject. Then you'll have to decide in the first week itself. It's way better that you decide whether you can study things on your own, or is it time that you should go for online classes. Because whatever classes that you are taking up, online, offline, or whatever method that you are taking up, your method should be clear in the initial 3 days only. After that, you have decided, then from the day 4, start with the basics of accounting. If we look at only the accounting area, accounting and financial management, start from the area of accounting and focus on module A. Somehow, now the module, after the changes that they have made in the area of accounting, now the latest module is way better, because in AFM, now this is as per the exact sequence. The module A is the basics of accounting. Module B is the extensive study of module A's basics there. Then module C is a little different from this. Not many things are correlated in the module C, but module C is one of the most important modules, as this is asked in the examination from the case study and numerical point of view. And the last and the toughest module, because in this module they have added not only income tax but also GST, and even they have added one more topic, that is their costing. So they have got three different big subjects of commerce introduced in the module D. While earlier it was pure theory, now it's a challenging area to look forward to. So now let's talk about it. In terms of this examination, when we talk about AFM, in the week 1 and 2, you should always start with the conceptual study of the module. You should make quick notes, and from the very beginning, because if you do not make quick notes just after the PPB exam, you will not able to look at the chapters at all. And if you'll be having the PPB hangover, because the examination would have just got over and you will be discussing about it, thinking about it, that will create a lot of fuss in your mind. So it's way better that you have got your notes sorted. And once you are done with module A, it will take around 2 weeks for you, because the chapters aren't less in this area. There are around 10 to 11 chapters in the module A itself. And if you're not someone who is from the accounting field, then it will take little more time than this. Definitely. Module A will take more time, and module B might take even a week if you are done with module A properly. At this point of time, to be very frank, I would never say that it is easier to study on the basis of self-study at this point of time, because the time that is left and the study that you have is way too extensive. Then start the conceptual study of the module B right away, just after module A, because these two concepts are interconnected. It's way better that you look forward towards the interconnected era. Then the next point that comes here is module C and D has to be taken in the last 2 weeks. Rather, it will definitely go up to the last week as well. But you should focus on finishing the module C and D if you are done with module A and B properly. Module C and module D will not cause a problem. But if you are having a problem in module A, the problem will continue till the end. That's one of the problems there. Then in terms of module C and D, while doing the module C and D, you will find there are a good number of numericals, especially in module C, and a part of module A also contains numericals. For example, in module A, we have depreciation, an important case study based chapter. In module C, we have ratios. In module D, we have income tax. Then income tax as well as costing. In module B, we have cash flow statement. Then in module C, we have YTM, that is yield to maturity. We have interest and annuities. Then at the same time, we are also having capital budgeting. These few chapters are super important if you're looking forward to clearing the examination with good marks. Not only passing it up, but with good marks. If you're doing these chapters, the case studies are completely covered. And make sure you're also giving the topic-wise test after this, because what happens is, in the beginning, people do not face problem. When you start understanding the concepts and all, you feel acha, everything can be done. But when you do it on your own, that is where you face problems. And then there is a requirement, there's an eye opener, that it's better that I work on these things in detail and we study properly for these things. So once we are done with all these things together, once the week 8 has started, it is way better that you leave everything behind and then you start looking forward towards the most important topics. Revise, test, and repeat. That should be going on. Full mock tests are required and you have to solve the numericals. I gave you the list of the most important topics there. Go through those most important topics, because without going through them, you will not be able to score good, right? Even if you want to pass in those topics, will pay a lot in terms of passing the examination decently. But then there are other topics as well. This paper has become so extensive that they cover each and every nook and corner of the book. That means there is no specific chapter, I would say, where the examination is not going to be put from. So it's way better when you're preparing, you share that entire area. Then comes, what are we coming up with? As you already know that we are on the eve of Independence Day, we are also coming up with our sales. So if you're looking forward to it, Mahapack is available there at double validity during this period. So if you're looking forward to it, you just have to visit our website there. And both the Mahapacks, if I talk about Officers Adda Mahapack, which includes 4 different examinations: JIB, CIB, bank promotion, and certified courses which are recognized by IIBF, right? Which are associated with them. So all those things are available under this particular thing, designed for JIB, CIB, bank promotion, and IIBF certifications. All of these are covered under this. This is available at maximum discounts, that is up to 81%. So you can look forward to this Mahapack. It is available for both English medium as well as bilingual. When we look at the Mahapacks, our Mahapacks during this period are available at double validity. That means if you're looking forward to it, get your Mahapack now, because at this point of time, we are not only providing you the basic recording classes, live classes, test series, ebooks, revision batch, numerical batch, whatever specific batch we are coming just before the examination, the previous batches which have already been concluded, or any other batch that we are coming up in the upcoming future, all those are opened up for you, right? And along with that, if I'm calling it Mahapack 2.0, then why is it Mahapack 2.0? It is Mahapack 2.0 because in this we'll be adding 10 plus hours of mini marathon, 5 plus hours of Mahamarathon, then practice papers, and every second and fourth Saturday we are also conducting our doubt sessions. So if you're looking forward to it, then the Mahapack has now become bigger and I would say stronger as well. So if you're looking forward to it, then kindly go ahead and check it out, right? Then next point, if you're looking forward to it, our courses have been there on the Play Store. You can look forward to our organization www.adda247.com, or you can download our app and review all this at this point of time. Both the batches have just started on 7th of August. That is, the Sankalp batches have started for both the subjects in terms of bilingual as well as English medium. So, right, if you're looking forward to it, what you can do here is you just have to use IND 80 and you can get 81% of discount, maximum discount and double validity on our Mahapacks. So let's look at that particular point. What can you do and how can we review that part? Okay. Now let's move on and check out our website. You just have to go on to the era of Adda 24/7. In terms of Google search, you can search for www.adda247.com. Go on to the area of this website and click on the area of JIB and CIB. If you go on to the area of JIB and CIB, you'll find the Mahapacks are currently, just because of the Independence Day, the Independence Day sale is here. We are providing you JIB and CIB Mahapack 2.0 at maximum discounts. You just have to use the code IND80 and you will get maximum discounts. Let's look at the JIB and CIB Kamaha pack. You can buy this particular pack for 115,777 by using the code IND80. Let's look at it. If you click on this, use the code IND80. For the moment, I'm removing it. Apply it IND80 and you will get it at 81% discount if you download the app now, right? So you can look forward to it. And this is the JIB CIB Kamaha pack. Other than the JIB CIB Kamaha pack, I've already told you the benefits: 1100 hours of online live classes, test series, ebooks, the recorded videos. All these things are already available for you. Along with this, we are covering the not only the JIB but also the CIB. Plus, if you look at this particular area, the Mahapack is available at 12 plus 12. 24 months validity would be given to you if you are purchasing it right now at this point of time, right? So this is for JIB and CIB Mahapack. If you're looking forward towards only JIB Mahapack, it is also there. You can look forward to the JIB Mahapack as well. It is available at 6719.2 after applying the code IND80. And you can also check out our courses that have already been started. JIB October, the Mahapack is there. Only the JIB Mahapack, and all the details regarding our bilingual batch plus our English medium batch is available for you for this examination. Other than this, if you're preparing for this exam, then not only you're preparing for this exam or you're looking forward towards certifications and bank promotions as well, then what you can do is you can check out our officers Adda Mahapack as well. As I told you, this covers our JIB, CIB, bank promotion, as well as IRBF certification. So they are covering multiple things in this particular examination. So kindly check it out on our website or in our app for further details. And happy Independence Day, everyone. So I hope this particular Independence Day would be valued again in our country the same way as it has been considered. The values of our country are being flourished further. And at the same time, if you haven't done your registration for the examination yet, finish it up before time. The last date is 21st of August. And right now, if you haven't taken any of our courses yet, use the code IND80 and get the maximum discount and double validity on our Mahapacks. Thank you, everyone.